Welcome to another deep dive, where we take your sources, kind of peel back the layers, and pull out those essential nuggets of knowledge.
hmm
Today, we're zeroing in on something, well, pretty common if you've used Duolingo, the listen and type task.
Oh, yes, that one.
It looks simple enough, right? You hear something, you type it. But what if there's more to it, like a deeper purpose than just, checking your spelling?
That's exactly what we're going to unpack. Because while the action itself is simple, listen, type what you heard, the task is, well, it's quite cleverly engineered
Engineered how?
to hone a very specific cognitive muscle. So yeah, we're going to look at the mechanics, the tips they give you, and really dig into the why behind this particular exercise. It's about building a certain kind of mental agility.
Okay, let's get into it then. For anyone who maybe hasn't seen it, the basic instruction is pretty clear. You hear a sentence spoken out loud.
Right.
And your job is just to type that sentence exactly as you heard it. You click a little icon for the sound,
The speaker icon.
and then you type into a box on the screen. Simple. And usually there's a time limit too, maybe a minute or so.
Yeah, typically around a minute per sentence, which adds a little pressure.
Okay, but here's where I thought it got really interesting. Duolingo actually suggests a specific strategy for doing it.
They do, and that strategy is a big clue, really, to what the task is truly about.
What is it?
The recommendation is you can listen 3 times in total. But crucially, they advise you to type what you heard after the first listen.
Ah, okay.
Then, you use the second and third listens only to check and correct what you already typed.
So it's not just listen until you get it right.
Exactly. It's a specific process.
Hmm.
Recall first, then verify.
But hang on, if the goal is just accurate transcription, why that specific method? Why force the typing after just one listen? Couldn't you just, listen 5 times if you need to? What's the real game here?
You've put your finger right on it. That strategy points directly to the core purpose. If we connect the dots, the real must-know here is that this whole task, it's a targeted workout for your auditory short-term memory.
Auditory short-term memory.
And not just general short-term memory, but specifically for holding spoken sentences that are roughly between 7 and 14 words long.
7 to 14 words.
Yeah. So it's not really about testing your spelling or grammar,
Yeah.
though that's part of it, of course. The main event is exercising your brain's ability to grab onto and then recall purely auditory information, what some cognitive scientists call the phonological loop.
The phonological loop. Wow. Okay. So it's less about checking what I already know and more about actively training a part of my brain. That puts a whole different spin on those Duolingo exercises.
It really does.
But why that specific length, 7 to 14 words? Is that just a random range, or is there something special about it?
Oh, it's definitely not arbitrary. Think about how we process information.
Right.
We often chunk it, right? Group things together.
Yeah.
Well, that 7 to 14 word window isn't random at all. It's chosen because it often reflects the length of a complete thought or a natural utterance in conversation in many languages.
Ah, like a natural phrase length.
Exactly. So by training you in that specific range, Duolingo is essentially helping you build the capacity to hold and process these conversational chunks.
Right.
It's not just single words like in some exercises or translating isolated bits. It's about handling language as it actually flows in real time. That's a different skill.
So that little owl icon, it's not just grading me, it's acting like a sort of stealthy personal trainer for my auditory brain bits.
You could definitely put it that way, yeah.
It makes me think of, like, when someone rattles off a phone number or a Wi-Fi password really fast, you hear it, but can you actually hold it in your head long enough to type it or write it down accurately? That's the feeling, isn't it?
That's a great analogy. And if you've ever felt that specific frustration with listen and type, where you understood the words individually, but you just can't quite piece the whole sentence back together from memory.
Yeah, definitely felt that.
That's likely you bumping up against the current limits of your auditory short-term memory. And the exercise is deliberately designed to push that boundary, to gently expand it.
Okay. That makes so much sense now.
Right. So understanding that this isn't just, a simple transcription chore, but it's actually a structured way to boost your auditory short-term memory. It can really change how you approach it.
How so?
Well, it helps you see the specific cognitive muscle you're building. And that muscle is incredibly useful for, understanding people faster in real conversations, for picking up the language more quickly overall.
It shifts it from just being a task to complete.
Exactly.
To being like, oh, okay, this is targeted brain training.
Precisely. It becomes a focused workout, not just another exercise to get through.
So wrapping this up then, What does this all mean for you, the listener? This deep dive into what seems like a basic listen and type task shows it's actually a pretty sophisticated short-term memory workout.
Hmm.
It's specifically designed to get you practicing holding and recalling those sentences around 7 to 14 words long, building up that, what did you call it? The
That's
phonological loop capacity.
You've hit the nail on the head. And just recognizing that cognitive training aspect can really transform your experience with it.
Yeah, turning potential frustration into like a focused skill building moment.
Absolutely. It gives it purpose beyond just getting the answer right.
Okay, so it leaves us with this final thought for you to maybe mull over. If a language app task is this precisely engineered to train your short-term memory for spoken sentences, where else in your day-to-day life are you using that exact skill? Think about conversations, maybe meetings at work, even just remembering simple instructions someone gives you. Where else are you relying on? Or where could you maybe improve this very specific kind of auditory working memory? What really stands out to why you from this deeper look?